President Biden's new skinny budget request includes a fat chunk of change for IT modernization. The new budget includes $750 million for IT upgrades and another $500 million for the Technology Modernization Fund. Laura Criste is federal market analyst with Bloomberg Government, where she writes about the new budget request. Laura, I always enjoy reading your work because I learned data that I didn't know before. Here's the skinny budget data. President Biden's request came in at just 58 pages, and former President Donald Trump's skinny budget was similar in length. These are usually, you write, 100 to 200 pages. Compared to the big stack they usually put out, that's why they're called skinny budgets. What do you see here that's most important for IT modernization across the government?
So I think what's interesting about the budget is that there are 5 priorities and none of them are IT focused, but IT makes its way kind of all throughout the budget with a few different focuses for IT. We see cybersecurity come up most often, but then some stuff about data collection and analysis, some telecommunications stuff, and then we see sorry, what's the other one? There's another focus in there that'll come to me. But, you know, it kind of weaves its way throughout. And it's kind of an indication that they see IT kind of supporting all of these different initiatives that they have. And I do expect, because of that and because of some cybersecurity focuses throughout the Biden administration already, just in a couple months, to see more money in IT and more money in cybersecurity.
The focus on cyber wasn't surprising to a lot of budget and IT observers. The big money to the Technology Modernization Fund was something that a lot of people talked about. What struck me the most, Laura, and you write about it in this work, is this IT reserve. Do we have any idea yet how that will work, or is the administration just asking for that money to kind of be there for the time being?
So I'm hoping we'll get more information when we have the larger budget in a few weeks. But so I thought originally it sounded a little bit like the Technology Modernization Fund, but since they're requesting $500 million for that, I don't think that's exactly what it would be. So it could be a working capital fund, but maybe work a little differently than that fund. And then I thought maybe it would be something like what FEMA has for emergencies, and it would be kind of a reserve in case there was an attack. But there's actually a request for $20 million for something that sounds like that as well. So I'm not exactly sure what it will look like. I do think because it's a reserve, it'll probably be multi-year money, but they don't offer any information other than it seems like it'll be shared among different agencies, and that they should use it for IT modernization, upgrading or securing legacy systems, and then for cybersecurity. So that's all we really know, not a whole lot.
I take your point, and I think it's a good one about the specifics that the skinny budget requests for various agencies, being that they're not necessarily directly IT specified, but IT underpins them. One of them, for example, online tools to communicate with the Internal Revenue Service to the tune of $1.2 billion. And we don't know, you point out, whether that's the number for that particular function. We just know that the overall increase the administration wants for the Internal Revenue Service is $1.2 billion above the levels for last year. Is that why the skinny budget is maybe just a marker and not the roadmap, and we need to wait for the roadmap in May to understand exactly what's coming and exactly what the administration intends?
So I would say yes and no. With that example, I do think that extra money will go toward a variety of things, not just that IT kind of focus. But some of it is very specific. For example, agriculture requested $65 million for a rural broadband e-connectivity program. CDC, they proposed $153 million for CDC to modernize collection of public health data. So we do know some of them that are very specific like that. We know that that's the amount that's supposed to go toward that. We know that there's $110 million an increase of $110 million requested for the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Administration, or agency, CISA. They requested 110 additional dollars above the fiscal 2021 enacted budget for specifically cybersecurity and IT modernization. So we don't know exactly where that would go within CISA, but we know kind of that specific information. And we will get more information, especially when the IT budget is posted on itdashboard.gov, where we'll know the exact programs that those things will go toward. But I would say yes and no. There's some really specific information and then some much broader information where we know, this much money is going to go toward a specific agency, but we don't know exactly how much will go toward the cybersecurity piece that they talk about.
30 seconds left, Laura. Is that what you'll look for when the big budget comes out, is where the meat is on those bones?
Absolutely. That's something that we look at every year. We analyze the data into a dashboard, and then we write about kind of the bigger increases and what to expect in different markets like AI, cybersecurity, digital services, to see where agencies might spend the bulk of their increases.
Laura, thanks very much for coming on. It's great to have you back.
Thank you.